Okay, everyone. Looks like it's Mario 3 today. Super Mario Brothers 3. Um, this is like the quintessential NES game. It's probably the one that's remembered the most uh, out of it. Well, remembered as the best game for NES. I wouldn't agree, but it is really good. It's a very good game. I forgot. I need to turn my headphones down just a little bit. Alright. Okay. So I'm going to do all the levels. I'm not going to use any of the whistle skip power. And we're just going to go through every one of these. I haven't played this one in a real long time. A better part of 15 years, maybe even longer. But I used to. This is one of the ones I had as a kid, so like, I mean, I know it in and out. Should be able to do just fine here. But I'm glad to be playing it again. I mean, I'm glad to have an excuse to, you know. I never found this one too as I die. I never really did find this game too challenging as a kid. It didn't take me too long to be able to beat it, but I liked it a lot. It still had a lot of entertainment value, even though it wasn't too tough. The music is great, obviously. The gameplay is really solid. The controls are nice, and you know, Nintendo always put their extra care into their Mario games, and it shows. Even if it's not the hardest thing ever, I kind of felt that Sonic 2 was a harder game than Mario 3, and Mario 1. I guess it's a little harder. I think Mario 2 is the hardest of the three Mario games. But, no, I shouldn't have done that. But they're all fun. They're all worth playing. Recently got my roommate into playing Yoshi's Island, Mario World 2, on the Super Nintendo, and he likes it. He says that he'd never played it before. He says that if he had played it as a kid, he probably would like it more than damn it, the first Super Mario World. Simply because, like, this is, like, in his opinion, the second game is objectively better. It just doesn't have the nostalgia wrapped up in it for him, and I understand that. Like, and for the most part, I think I agree with that statement. I haven't really given it too much thought, but I mean, it is objectively a better game. It's got more stuff going on, and I mean, I don't know if the music's better or not, but it's good music. It's good, solid music. Whoa. One thing I do like for sure about it is the graphics. Looks like it's all drawn with like crayons and stuff. It's real cool. It's just fun to watch the gameplay out, even if you're not playing. Oh man, I remembered about that. I just remembered late. Fucker. Whoa. So I have memories as like from when I was a kid, finishing this game with like 30 to 50 extra lives, but that was definitely like with skipping a whole bunch of stuff and like picking up a bunch of extra lives along the way with all the like, because if you do it right, you can get 5 extra lives or 3 extra lives every third level. I can't point to it, you won't see it, but shit, let's get this. Yeah, the the cards on the bottom right there, it's a little game that gets you extra lives if you match them right. So if you get all 3 stars, you get either 3 or 5 extra lives, and that really adds up, I suppose. So I guess if I do it right, I'll have even more lives than that from when I was a kid, because I'll be having a lot more opportunities to get that 3-star bonus. And there's a bunch of other opportunities in this game for a lot of extra lives, and that's kind of one of the things that helps hold your hand through the game. If you're able to rack up a bunch of extra lives, it doesn't matter if you get stuck on one level for a whole hour, even really. You'd be able to weather the abuse with all your extra lives. So. And the thing is, with getting the star, it's actually pretty easy. You just kind of jump at it at the bottom left corner at a full sprint, and you'll almost always get it. Well, you'll always get it if you do the jump correctly. It's up to you to fuck up. Ugh, I always hated this level because it's one of those auto-scrolling ones. And it gives you the opportunity to skip it if you want to, so I always did, because screw this level. But we're doing all of them, like I said. Now there's some secrets in this game, like some areas where like you can grab a hammer and knock a block off of the or a boulder off the map, and I don't remember where all of those are. So if I miss like one of the toad shops or whatever they're called, little toad huts, yeah, I might, just because I don't remember how to do it, or might just miss it in the level or whatever, you know. But I'm pretty sure that no matter what I do, I'm not going to accidentally skip a full-on level. I don't think that's even possible in this. Whoa. That wasn't too bad, huh? Boom. Ah, see, didn't do it just right. And even still, at the end of 3 levels, I'll at least get 1 life. I'm already at 8 lives, and I'm not even through the first world. So this one is pretty easy too. Well, it's not easy, but I guess there is a way to do it that gets you. You just gotta hit it like right as it's passing by, not right when it's right in the middle of it, but it's about to start sliding through. It's a odd timing that's hard to describe, but I screwed up anyway, so who am I to talk like I know what I'm doing? I do appreciate the graphics for the lava in this game versus the first game. First game, I swear to God, ever since I first saw it, I'm just like, that looks like Kool-Aid. It doesn't look like lava. It doesn't look hot. It just looks like cherry flavors. I shouldn't have done that. I'd rather have the fireball. I did play these games in order, though. I was there for the original releases and all that kind of thing. Well, I mean, when I got my Nintendo, Mario 1 was already out. It was already well known. It was one of the reasons why I wanted a Nintendo, obviously. But I did play them in order of release. I played 1 first until I beat it, then I got 2 until I beat that, and then I had to wait for the 3rd one to come out because it wasn't out yet, obviously. I went and saw The Wizard in theaters. That movie was amazing to see in the theaters, but I didn't know what I was, seeing really. Like even though it was very boring in the beginning, and I like throughout, the only good part is the friggin' the friggin' end. Like I was still enthralled the whole time. Like, oh my god, I'm watching a movie about Nintendo. I can't believe it, finally. And of course, when the ending happens, you know, everybody loses their shit because they get to see a whole new, brand new game, and it's a Mario game to boot. It's the flagship franchise for Nintendo, and I mean, just seeing a little bit of the game, it made you feel like you already played it a little bit, and I took to it pretty quick. I remember, I guess I was already kind of not a seasoned gamer at that point or anything like that, but definitely knew my way around the old controller. Ooh, damn it. Oh, come on. So yeah, soon after the game came out, soon after the movie came out, the game came out, and I think I got it for my birthday the year of that, or the year next after. I think the movie came out in fall, as far as I remember, and my birthday's in the spring, so must have been the year after. But it was Mario Mania, man. It was everywhere. I do like these levels with the icy floor. Not because I like ice levels where you're slipping and sliding and shit. I just like the look of it with the I don't know what you call that, like a mosaic. Although it's not really an image, forming an image or whatever. But yeah, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. I like the way it looks. Yeah, the bushes have the same kind of, or hills or whatever they are, have the same kind of effect. Six down, lots more to go. These levels are pretty short compared to like the Super Mario World. Probably like half as long as each Super Mario World level, it seems like. Which is understandable. I mean, the Nintendo had clear capability, clear limits to its capabilities. And, well, of course, so did the Super Nintendo, but they weren't as much as this. I mean, that's how video game systems work, right? Oh. Get ahead of yourself. Kind of jumped off of the Nintendo train, bandwagon, or whatever you want to call it, in not recent years, in years prior. I've been off of the bandwagon for a while now. In terms of their new current console stuff, I never owned a Wii. I do now, but I just inherited a whole bunch of consoles recently that I haven't even like touched them yet. So I technically own a Wii, but I never owned a Wii where I played it because I wanted to, because I had it at my house, or you know, all that kind of thing. And the last one I did do all that with was the GameCube, and it's still a solid console. I like it a lot. But yeah, ever since then I haven't gotten a single new console from Nintendo. I did get a 3DS a little while ago, last year, to get some gaming on the go, and I was liking what I was seeing with the 3DS. I like the RPGs. I was playing what was it? Fire Emblem. Ah, damn it, Dark Fate Conquest, is that? I think that's the name of it. It's kind of a long title, but it's like one of a couple of a duology of Dark Fates games, or maybe there's more, but there's two of that I know. But I got the Conquest one, and I got it because I asked the dude at the game store, what was the harder of the two, because I mean, you'll come to find out, if you don't know already, that I like playing games on the hardest difficulty you can. So he said Conquest was the harder of the two. So I got that, and I put it on the hardest setting, and not Jesus Christ, that game is ridiculously tough. It's one of those games. It's a strategy RPG. So you got to move your pieces around, or your characters, whatever, and position them in the right spot. You know, real strategic like, and learn what the enemy's capabilities are, and all that kind of stuff. You played Final Fantasy Tactics. It's kind of like that, except not as good, in my opinion. Damn it. Alright, start paying attention. And the way this game works on this difficulty is that, like, there's exactly one way to beat each of these levels. It seems like if you make one false move, you're not gonna beat the game, or beat the level. Well, I idiot. This is not that hard, I'm just being stupid. While I appreciate games that really make you learn the level to get through it, I think that's more reserved for platformers, in my opinion, because it just feels more fun that way. I think for long, epic, like some of these battles take like half an hour if you're doing it right, I suppose. And like I said, one wrong move and you're screwed. I hope it comes back. Alright. So, beating a level is rewarding and all that, but it's not... I stopped playing it because it wasn't rewarding enough for the amount of difficulty. And, I mean, I'll get back to it eventually, I'm sure. Fuck. Maybe just start a new game and hopefully have better stats overall at the point that I'm at, kind of stuck at now. That might help, because that's another thing. I mean, you might be able to beat a level, but it's rare if you can beat a level but not beat it in the very best way you can. With this game, it seems like, because there's just such a tiny little margin of error, and oof. Even so, you don't want to beat a level you don't want to beat a level in this game in a way that doesn't get you every little tiny reward that you can get out of each battle, because you need them. You need all the experience points, all the money, all the damn it, all the ability that you can squeeze out of each encounter. All right. This is getting to be embarrassing. just so that you can have a chance in the level that you are going to be playing next afterwards. So yeah, I do like the challenge. I'm not going to say it's a bad game or anything, but it's I have my limits. Another example of me not going full bore on the hardest difficulty possible thing. The new Doom game, Doom Eternal, is insane. I'm playing it on Nightmare, and I'm doing fine. I'm gonna get through it, I can tell. But idiot. but it's not the hardest level that there is. There's like Ultra Nightmare and maybe something after that. I can't remember exactly, but I think what Ultra Nightmare is that it's the same difficulty as Nightmare mode, the one I'm playing right now, but you don't get to die. If you die once, the game's over. You start over from the very beginning, and that's too much. You know, like I have that's my line is here, and it's a pretty good line for abuse from a video game, and it's you couldn't even see it's the Doom crosses it so far. I don't even want to try for that difficulty level. You know, it would never happen. I would love to be that good at games where I could actually have a chance of doing that, you know, through enough repetition, but I just don't feel like I have it in me. and I'm not like, man, I'm not like unnecessarily hard on myself. I think I have a realistic view of my abilities as a gamer and person in general, but especially gamer, like because I've been doing this kind of stuff for so long. Like, I know what I can do, what I can't do, and I mean I am getting better all the time at video games, but I still like I don't know if I ever really deserve to be that good. Like it's for people who are better than I just feel like that for some reason. But I have my place in the gamer world. I'm definitely nothing to sneeze at. Woo. Speaking of Doom 2, as well, is what I mean. The Doom 2 and Doom, I think, the first two Doom games, they, the way their nightmare mode works, the hardest difficulty for them, it's you know, super tough, you know, because there's a lot of enemies, and I think they're a little bit stronger too. But they also respawn, and that's more where my line is, I would say. Back when I was a kid, I didn't do the nightmare mode on Doom or Doom 2 because of the respawning, and I think I was right too. That was beyond my ability back then to do. But nowadays, I'd say that I could definitely do nightmare mode on Doom 2. I know Doom 2 a lot more than I do Doom 1. It's a longer game anyway. It's a better one to play. So yeah, maybe that'll be a thing that I do here eventually, is go through Doom 2 on nightmare mode with respawning enemies. Might be pretty tough though, because unlike the new Doom games, enemies don't usually give you ammo when you kill them. It's only a couple enemies that give you ammo, and it's just shotgun shells and bullets. You don't get rockets or cells or anything like that. That's all, you know, predetermined pickups that are already there in the level. So if you dick around and take too long, you're gonna run out of ammo. But I still think it's doable. You just gotta, you know, do it right. Whee! Ah. Yeah, this game definitely had a whole lot of hype back when it was new. I remember distinctly seeing a whole lot of, well, not a whole lot, but you know, it was kind of a, well, Mario was all over the TV, whether it was commercials for products or new games or cereal or whatever. But I remember seeing like in between TV shows on kids programming and like the early morning kind of stuff, you know, Saturday morning cartoon stuff. Although actually, I think this particular one was like the before school programming that you'd sometimes get. Well, you would always get it back then, but I guess I don't know if you wanted to watch it or not, but I did. It was it wasn't even a program for video games. It was just like in between commercials and stuff for like Ghostbusters cartoon show or whatever, and it would be video game tips. And one of them was for Mario 3. Ah, jeez. One of them I remember in particular. Damn it, I'm fucking up. All right, calm the hell down. All right, it had to do with being able to go under one of the quicksand pits Like one particular quicksand pit in one of the levels later, you can go down it and there's some bonus stuff there. This is one of the first games I ever used the Game Genie on too. I remember because I feel like it was a commercial for the Game Genie. And it featured a little clip of Mario 3, and they must have used the code for jumping on air, infinite jumps, basically, where you could jump and jump again, you'd never have to land, and they called it like Skywalker mode, and obviously that sounds amazing to a little kid, where Mario gets to be on Skywalker mode. Not only does it sound like Star Wars, but you're like, yeah, infinitely jumping. It's pretty damn cool. And I think I talked about I shouldn't have done that. I think I talked about cheating and save states, that kind of thing, a little bit in the Ghosts and Goblins video. I wanted to pick him up. God damn it! But to go a little more into it, I did like Game Genie for a bit. I thought it was really neat and fun to hack the game, so to speak. And, well, I mean, it's quite literally hacking it through the hex editor stuff. But yeah, it really did wear off the appeal of not playing the game the way it's intended to be played. Wore off pretty quick for me, just because I don't know, it just didn't feel like I was supposed to be doing this, and I mean, you're not obviously supposed to be doing it, and like, games are more fun when you follow the rules. That's why they're there, is to increase the fun. There's value to breaking the rules and breaking the physics of the game and go exploring, so to speak. But it's not as fun as playing the game the way it should be played, in my opinion. I mean, like, how are you gonna, like, not that I love to brag about how the games I play and that I beat them and all that, but like, how are you gonna brag if you beat a game on save states or with a Game Genie or whatever? Like, you can't. You sound like an idiot. Wow. It's definitely more for a personal satisfaction type of effect for myself, but yeah, like, I could have beaten Ninja Gaiden or something like that with save states or a Game Genie or whatever, or hex editor on a emulator, and I can say that I've seen the game. I can join in that conversation, but like, it would suck to have to bring up, oh yeah, I only saw it because I wasn't able to have the fortitude and will to just get there on my own. Whoa. Or I had to look it up in a video because I couldn't do it on my own. Like, that kind of sucks. It makes you sound shitty, like a bad gamer. But I don't know what I'm saying. Starting to sound like an asshole, I think. But alright. Just breaking blocks for no reason and running my damn mouth. Let's just finish this level. There we go. So is it 3 or is it 5? It's 5. So yeah, we're gonna have a bunch of lives by the end of this. Lost an unnecessarily large amount due to my damn attention span while I jabber on. Whoa! Ah. Whee! I like getting caught in that one, just for fun. It reminds me of like the maybe this is where Mario like got the idea for the spin jump in the next game he's in, you know? When did Mario Land 2 6 Golden Coins come out? Because that, I think, if that came out before this game, it didn't matter if it came out before this game or not, but if it came out before Super Mario World, then that was the first instance of the spin jump. And I can't remember which came first. I'd look it up if I wasn't holding a controller. Damn it. Alright. Let's try and knock the sun out this time. Oop, oop, oop. Oh! Can't do it if the fucking Koopa's gonna come out. Alright, yeah! Ow! What? Alright. I'm just gonna try and get through this level. The more I fuck around, the less this whole "I'm gonna finish with a whole bunch of lives" thing is gonna be true. Because it won't. It just won't be true. I'll have lost them all. I mean, it's not like the sun's too hard to dodge. He just kind of dips down nice and slow. Whee! Oh yeah, knocked himself out, dumbass. Bam. Give me something nice, Toad. Well, that's literally the least you could do. Although, I guess a star is not as good as a mushroom, in my opinion. If the star lasted the whole level, yeah, that'd be pretty cheap actually, but be a lot better than a mushroom. Ugh. Yeah. Oh, I thought there was a block on the other side of him. Yeah, this'll do. Boing. So I'm going to be looking into getting a capture device here pretty soon. They don't look like they're too expensive. Just gotta save just a little bit up, and fuck me. And then we'll be off of this damn emulation stuff with that stupid bar on the left. Did you see that? Like, I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen with the capture card because it's not emulation. But I mean, who knows? Maybe it will, just because it comes through a little bit weirder, a little bit different than it would on a TV. Hopefully not, but whether it does or not, I'm still gonna feel a lot better about playing these games for you guys. I just really like emulation at all. It's good. It's for when it's necessary. It's definitely better than nothing. Arg. But especially for Super Nintendo, I think the sound is just a little bit nicer when it's coming through the real hardware. And for me, you guys will probably not see it too much, but I'm sure I'll mention it because I'll be excited about it. But I'll be able to play these old retro games on a CRT TV the way it's supposed to be. Doesn't look exactly right to me on a flat screen either, whether it's emulated or not. Oof. And that's because it's not the same. Whoa. The whole input delay factors is a big thing for me too. With games like oof. Oh, come on. Oh, that's right. Games like Ghosts and Goblins, they're just a little tiny bit harder to beat on these computers or flat screens or whatever. You know, as long as if it's emulated or if it's coming through a different signal, or not signal, but was coming through to a flat screen versus a CRT. The input delay is a problem. Oof. There's even input delay, if you didn't know, on HD CRTs because they have a little bit more like processing going on the internal stuff. So it's not like the old school CRT TVs that are, you know, up to 410. Is that what it is? The old standard definition. Damn it. Crowned mushroom with mushroom. With a mushroom face. Ah, idiot. Just jump right into the boomerang. Ah. Probably the best power-up in the game. If only it lets you fly. Whoa. I always thought it was kind of weird that the background look different behind the blocks that I just beat, or not beat, but broke. Like, why is that? That's an odd choice. I wonder if it was completely intentional, or if it was just like a thing that happened in programming it, and they're just like, whatever, who cares? Doesn't need to be the same. Ah. Maybe that's why, for that little hint right there. Maybe that's the entire reason for the discoloration. Oh wait, I'm pretty sure that, yeah. Can't do the whole thing, because you won't be able to reach this side. Alright. Oh, I forgot to check something. Next time I get 100 coins, I'll have to try and be aware of it, because I noticed I was playing Super Mario Brothers 2, the Japanese version of it, the one that looks just like regular Mario Brothers. It's just really hard. And I noticed that in that game, when you get 100 coins, damn it goes from 99 to 1 coin. So like it gives you the 100th coin, but it also gives you another coin, because it doesn't go to 0 which would be 100. It goes to 1, which is 101. So it not only gives you an extra life, it gives you an extra coin. And I haven't played Super Mario Brothers, the original, since discovering that, so I want to check that too. But I also want to check it for this one here now that I'm playing it. I wonder if that was a mistake too, or if it was intentional. Because it's kind of an odd little thing. Like, I'm pretty sure in Super Mario World, it does go back to 0 for that 100th coin. Let's do that. Well. I kind of fucked up, but yeah, I can still get these guys. Yeah, oh man. Okay, one more try. Alright. Ah, aha. Clonk. Alright, we're going to be done with World 2 here soon. How many worlds are there? Like 8? 7, maybe? It's not exactly a short level, short game. Short if you skip through, through the game with the whistles. But it's still, it's not an unreasonably long game if you do all the levels individually. Ba-doop. Whoa. Oh. Yep. I can see that I wasn't standing directly next to it, so it was gonna shoot me. Come on. Oh no! Oh man, idiot. So my first 2 tattoos were Mario. Oh, holy crap! Mario inspired. The first one was this. I'll show them to you later, I guess. But so the Invincibility Star was the first one I got, and well, I was getting it at the very end of the day. I was the last customer for my tattoo artist, and it was taking a little longer than it should have, or a little longer than he expected to. I think yeah, that's right. Now that I remember, the customer he had before me took a little longer than expected. Mine is a simple little tattoo. He knew how long it would take, but like I said, the customer beforehand took longer. So I was only really able to get the outline done before the other co-workers, the other tattoo artists were like looking at their watches being like, oh my god, I want to get out of here. So I was like, look, I don't mind. Like, I was already friends with my tattoo artist. He's the guy who's done the rest of my tattoos, all of my tattoos. So here's the camera. Okay, cool. There it is. Yeah. star and the bob-omb. So yeah, I got the bob-omb because I told him, look, if you don't want to finish it tonight, I don't mind, because like everybody's like looking at us like, hurry the fuck up, it's fine. So next time I see you, just you can finish the color, and I don't mind. That's cool with me. And he's like, oh well, cool. Since you're being good about it, I'll give you a free tattoo while we're doing it. I'll just do whatever, like a bob-omb or a whatever. And I thought about it for a while. I was like, well, obviously I was on board for another tattoo. Actually, my first tattoos, like I said, so maybe not obviously, but I was instantly hooked. But anyway, he suggested bob-omb at first, I think, and I was leaning more towards Bullet Bill, because of, I don't know, I don't remember why exactly, why I wanted it above a bomb, but I think what ended up changing my mind was I went and watched the Super Mario Brothers movie with John Leguizamo and Bob Hoskins, and the amazing Dennis Hopper. It's one of my favorite movies. I wasn't like watching it to see it for the first time or anything like that. I love that movie. I watch it like at least once a year. And while watching it, the bob-omb scene made me laugh pretty good. So I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna get a bob-omb, and I kind of wanted to get the bob-omb from the movie, because it was more for the bob-omb in the movie. So I was gonna try and work it in so that you could see that he had Reebok shoes like in the movie. But what I ended up doing was deciding on a theme for my arm, for the whole sleeve. I wanted to do like a video games that looked accurate to the video game. I wanted to like have it look 8-bit. Because it was in the 8-bit section of my sleeve, because that's where the star was, right? That's 8-bit invincibility star, and so I figured for that section down by my wrist would be all 8-bit, and then as we go up, it'll go from 16-bit to 32-bit, 64-bit, all the way up to like PlayStation 2 graphics or so. And we did most of that plan. That happened for the most part. But as we went up, further up the wrist, about halfway, I started getting other ideas where it still fits, it still works, but it's basically like video games in space that did follow the 8-bit, 16-bit section rule up until past the 16-bit. I was like wanting to do a Castlevania bit after the 16. But what am I saying here? For the Castlevania section that I have on my arm, I didn't make my tattoo artist do graphic, realistic, one-to-one, like this Earthworm Jim. It's a terrible angle. Okay, here we go. The Earthworm Jim there, if you look close enough, it's exactly the same image that you get from the Genesis version of the game. It's like before every level starts, it's the image that you see, and I wanted that because it was supposed to be a 16-bit image on that section of my arm, and he did a really good job. I was very impressed that he was able to do it. If you look close, you can see all the little all the little pixels basically, but it was such a ordeal, and it looked like it was a big ass challenge for him, and I just kind of didn't really need that idea to be fully followed through. It was already looking awesome, and I was already pretty satisfied with stuff. So I'm like, with this Castlevania one that I have above Earthworm Jim, it's from Castlevania Dracula X or Rondo of Blood or whatever. I don't really care which port you play, or original. But yeah, I wasn't like I need it photorealistic or realistic to the graphics or whatever. Just copy the image, you know, in tattooese, I guess you could say. So it's not exactly how it would look on the game, which is fine. I wanted it that way. And then after that, during that time, I was working at the arcade, and this is a retro arcade. It was all the classic stuff that you could ever want. And during that time, I got real hooked on the game Centipede, which is obviously not more than 32 bits. It's an 8-bit game. Oh shit! What am I doing? It's the 7th door, right? I forgot to count. Damn. And after a certain point, I'm just like, it makes more sense to me to put the like, well, on a sleeve, right? The crowning point of the sleeve is here up on the shoulder, right? And so that was originally gonna be like, I don't know, like Devil May Cry or something from the PlayStation 2 era, because I mean I do like that game a lot, and it would be a sick ass image, honestly. But it's not what I was into at the time, and I hadn't really been into Devil May Cry for a while. I was just wanting to do that because it made sense for the format of the sleeve, where every section you go up in video gaming history, basically. But yeah, after a while, I was like, you know what? I want Centipede, the side art for Centipede, for the crowning achievement there. Not crowning achievement, but the cap on the on the tattoo, whatever you call it. Ah, damn it. So I did. I have the Centipede up here, but it's not complete. We gotta flesh it out. Still got a good chunk of sessions to go on my video game sleeve, and even more on the other one. I've got horror movies going on the other arm, and I didn't know that tattoos were going to be a big part of my life until getting the first tattoo. I think that's probably how it works for a lot of people. Is that the right one? Yeah. Okay. I had 0 tattoos in my life until I was already in my 30s. I think I was like 33, 32 when I first started getting tattoos, and immediately it was like the best thing. It's a experience of catharsis, although it's intense. I don't know. You gotta be a certain kind of weirdo to get enjoyment out of the pain that it brings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's either the 7th or the 6th door. I feel like it's this door. Yeah, 6th door. But yeah, tattoos are cool. I think I did the right thing by not getting tattooed until my 30s, though, because I did want tattoos in my life a little earlier, fleetingly. Every once in a while, I'd be like, I should get a tattoo, and come on, this is ridiculous. And whenever I land on an idea for one, it's regrettable in retrospect. So I'm glad it never happened, because I probably would regret it. None of the tattoos that I have now are even close to regrettable for me. 3. Whoa, okay. Alright, bring your dumb ass down here so I can jump on your head. Thank you. There we go. Done with that. See, I came prepared. I don't have to get up for another one. Too early. No, maybe not. Alright. Well, I'm happy about that. I've been losing more lives than I normally would. Like I said before, talking and playing, it's a whole different thing. Yeah. You really do get a lot more focus achieved when you're not just running your mouth the whole time. God damn it. Can I lose all 5 of those lives on this guy, please? That would be awesome. Alright. Whoa, I seriously almost lost the 3rd one. Okay, fuck off. Oh yeah. What do I have in my inventory right now anyway? Let's use one of these babies. Not in a water level though. Whee. Oh man, fucker. Oh yeah, that's right. There's a thing right there. Ugh. Get the hell on there. Thank you. Ugh. Alright, alright. Oh my god, get out of here. Whoa. Any fans of the original Mario Brothers movie out there anyway? It's one of those widely panned movies, so like there's a lot of non-fans of this movie. A lot of haters, if you will. And I think they are wrong. They're stupid. I think the Mario Brothers movie is a great experience. It's fun all around, and there's a lot of cool stuff to look at. If you didn't know this, the set designer for Blade Runner designed what is it? Dino Hatton, the setting of the Dinosaurs universe. That's cool there. Freaking Megadeth's on the soundtrack, so is Joe Satriani, or Steve Vai, I can't remember which one. I think the song that they play of either one of them, I can't remember, they almost sound identical generally, is during that scene when they're going down the pipe on the mattress, which is like one of the best scenes in all of cinema. It's like a freaking roller coaster. It's so much fun. I always have a smile on my face when I'm watching that scene, and and it's always been that way. I always liked the movie. I know it didn't get received well at the time, but I didn't like care what people said or anything like that. It didn't really register to me that it was supposed to be a bad movie. I just liked what I liked, and then as time went on, the internet got like louder about how bad the movie was apparently, and I mean I've seen the makings of not makings of this movie. I haven't seen the like, I don't know if there even is an official one, but I've seen like retrospective reviews and this and that explaining why this movie was such a mess, but everything that is such a mess about this movie was mostly behind the scenes stuff where people weren't really like cooperating with each other. There was a lot of rewrites and bad communication and stuff like that. People didn't like each other, but like most of the things that people complain about this movie, I feel like are illegitimate complaints. Like it's too weird. Like, what? Who cares? It's still good. I don't know. What were things that people would say that were actually like in the movie that they didn't like? That Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo aren't the right ethnicity. Who cares? They're great actors. And I think that their chemistry in the movie was great. They were such goofballs with each other, and I know that even both of them hated making the movie, and that's I feel like that's really neither here nor there. I mean, because whether it was a bad experience for the actors and the production team and all that, doesn't mean that they made a bad thing. I think that eventually this movie will reach a point in its legacy or whatever, where people will be ready to give it another look and appreciate it for just what it is, rather than what people were expecting at the time. That's, I think, the biggest thing that bothered people about this movie, they were expecting maybe jumping around on platforms, hitting Koopa shells and stuff like that, which I mean, I was probably expecting that too, but I don't know. Maybe it was just maybe it's kids in general, or maybe it was just how kids were then, or maybe it was just me. But I just kind of accepted things as they were. Like you might. Oh yeah, I better check the coin situation here. But anyway, back then when we got like a bad video game that you didn't know was going to be bad, or didn't expect it to be, or expected it to be good, and it wasn't, your expectations weren't met, or you didn't really have expectations, and it turned out to be crap, whatever it was, whatever we're talking about here. We just accepted it. Like I did. I know I did. Like how the Ghostbusters NES game is absolute trash. Like I wasn't ever mad about that. It never bothered me. It was just like, oh well, this game's bad. Like I didn't care. I had other games, you know. Even when you'd rent a game and that was the one game that you had, and one new game that you had other games, of course, but like, I don't know, I always felt like I shouldn't be playing games I already owned when I had a rented game, or a movie, watching movies I already owned when I have a movie that I rented, and I should be just rewatching that instead of watching something else, or playing the game that I rented instead of playing a game I already own. But even when I rented a game that turned out to be shitty, I wasn't mad about it. Like, I just learned a lesson, I guess. And it wasn't like, think to yourself, okay, well, lesson learned, this game sucks. It was just like, sometimes I'd even rent bad games more than once just cause, I don't know, maybe this is a story about how I'm stupid, but like, things just didn't matter back then as much, whether things were good or bad. You just kind of consumed them regardless, because there wasn't other things to do, or there wasn't other things that you wanted to do. Like, of course there was other things to do, there's always things to do, but if the thing that you like doing the most is playing video games, which is how it is for me and how it always has been, even when you're stuck with bad video games, at least you're doing your thing. At least you're doing the thing that you love the most. And that's, I guess, probably why it never really mattered to me that much back then. Nowadays, we have so many games that we could choose between, damn it, that you're able to be a little bit more of a snob, or at least I'm able to be. Like, if I think a game sucks, I'll return it, even if I mean, I haven't done it that in a long ass time, actually, but if if I'm so inclined to, I would. I'd decide that it sucks in 1 hour if it was that bad. I think actually the last game I remember returning it was a long ass time ago, but back then I had a lot of games too, so like I said, I could be more picky. It was it might confuse a lot of people out there because apparently it's a pretty good game, but I thought it was crap. It was Prince of Persia 2, Sands of Time. Fuck! Making dumb mistakes. There was just something about the wall running and this and that. I just didn't like the physics, the mechanics of it. And the story didn't really grab me. I just didn't really care. And I reached a certain point in the early game where I kind of got stuck and I didn't care enough to want to figure out how to do it. I'm just like, this game sucks. I'm just gonna return it. Fuck this. Yeah. Come on. That's pretty cheap. It gives no warning that it's about to come out, and 1 frame in is all it needs to be able to kill you. It's okay. I almost died in the same way that I almost died last time, but I was able to get away from it. Ow! Alright. I like how in every one of, I mean, maybe not every one, it might have been addressed by now, but for the longest time in every one of the Mario games, no one comments or anything. I mean, there's not a lot of dialogue in these games anyway, but like it's never addressed that Mario can just hold his breath forever. I mean, why can he hold his breath forever, but he still needs a spacesuit? Like, why is that? Like, if he can hold his breath forever, why does a vacuum have an effect on him? Feels like he's kind of superhuman. He doesn't need to hold his breath in space. I mean, he doesn't need to breathe in space is what I mean. Oh god, Big Bertha. Oh boy. Aha. Alright, lucky 13. Oh, I forgot to check the damn coins again. Arg. I noticed it at like 98 coins, and then I beat the level, and the next level in between then, totally forgot. That'll happen. Let's do another mushroom. Oh, yeah. World 3. Still got a lot to go. Ah! What the hell was that? What the hell was that? I was trying to pick the damn thing up. I will say, as much as this game isn't really that big of a challenge, not playing it for a long time does knock you back just a little bit of a peg. Yeah, I can't say with 100% certainty, but I'm pretty sure I remember blasting through these levels, almost every one of them, even without skipping. For the most part, I usually did skip. So I guess for most of these levels, I was able to just, you know, just run straight through them because I knew where everything was. Yep. So far, the only game that I played on this little show here that I'm fresh and well versed at, all like peak skills are at you know, like peak. I don't really need to practice it to be able to beat it good. Was Marble Madness, which is, you know, a 5-minute game, as we come to find out. Oh, better make sure that I got everything. But one of these days here, I'll do like do Contra or something, because I'm still damn good at that one. I recently, well, not recently. It was like last year, I guess. Oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, these things aren't the Hammer Brothers power up. It's the it's that. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, last year I finally got was it last year? Or was it? It was either late last year or early this year. I finally got my no death run on Contra, and felt pretty damn good about that. And that's a game that hasn't gone more than a year in my life without playing it since I first got the game. So I'm pretty damn familiar with it. And once I found out that or not once I found out, but once I did the no death run, I found out that when the game loops, like I never just started doing the loops because I didn't know that they actually get harder every time you loop the game. And the difficulty builds on itself, so every time you loop it, it gets harder. So the next goal there then actually became to see how many loops you could get, or how many loops I could get in before I got a game over. So I did that. I tried it out. I haven't given it a really good, solid, serious attempts, but I did make it to 7 runs. Wait, I don't need that. I don't need to do that at all. 7 loops. I made it to the 7th loop. I didn't beat that 7th loop. I got my ass kicked. And no code, obviously. I didn't use any continues either, so I could have definitely gone a couple more levels, I bet. But I just wanted to see how far I could go on 1 credit without continues. And by that time, it was like 3 hours into the game, into playing the same 8 levels over and over, and so I was a little bit over it. But for the purposes of the show here, we can push it to all 3 continues, see how far we get, and I won't stop just because I'm tired. You know, it's a little bit more important when people are actually watching you. Whoa. Oh shit. Yes! Couple more, I would've got a full 1 up. But, yeah. Woo. Yes. One game I do want to play here pretty soon, though, after I've knocked a few more childhood games off the list. I want to... Damn it. I thought it was going to kind of bob back down for a minute so I could get out through there, but never mind. I mean, I guess it is a bit of a childhood game, although I never owned it and I never rented it. I just kind of had it over at friends' house sometimes. God damn it. Idiot. Not paying attention while you're talking. Jackal. Because I like it. It's a good Konami game. It reminds me of Contra a lot. But so it's a little bit different because it's like top down. But anyway, I've never beat it, and I feel like that's a possibility for myself. Ugh. Oh yeah, I've got this. Let's infiltrate this little island here. Frog suit. Let's get some hella lives, guys. Oh, that was way wrong. All right. Another frog suit. I'm gonna have to remember to use one of these damn frog suits when I get to another water level. I'm pretty sure there's more in this game. In fact, I know there are. Alright, let's do this time. How about that? Oh, come on! I feel like that was cheap. It was on a clear trajectory, and then all of a sudden it just goes right up your ass. Fuck you. Get out of here. All right. You know, as good as Mario 3 is, as solid of a game as it is, it's kind of drab in the in the colors department, don't you think? It's not very vibrant of a game, and it's not the usual for Mario games. I mean, what the hell's with this, like, lavender? Is it lavender? No, it's more like periwinkle. This weird blue wood. Oh, we're getting on to an hour and a half here. It's taking a little longer than I thought because I keep dying. But, that's stupid. Ugh. So, in the interest of keeping things not too long, I don't want to do a whole bunch of videos where they're over an hour long, like the Ghosts and Goblins one. I mean, I'm sure there'll be a few here and there eventually, but I don't wanna force you guys to watch my damn dumb face for more than an hour at a time, you know. So I'll probably cut it off once I beat this level here, because it'll take me to level 4, and I think that's exactly the middle of the game. And then we'll continue on. I'll probably do the rest of the game here tonight. Like I'll take a break and then get back at it the same day. And I'll just release the next video the day after, so that it's a little bit more, I wouldn't say bite-sized, but smaller meals for this particular one, because hour and a half isn't too short at all. But for the most part, I wanna do 30 to 35 or 30 to 45 minute videos, hour at the longest for the most part. But every once in a while there'll be a game where it just feels right to get through the entire thing in one uninterrupted uninterrupted session. Oh, jeez. Okay, come on. Alright, I'm tired of screwing this level up. This is not hard. Like, have you noticed how bad I'm doing right now? None of this is overly complicated. Just being a shithead. I guess that happens, though. Even though I am talking and obviously making myself worse because of it. Some days you're trying to play a game even on your own, and you just don't have it. It's exactly what happened last time I faced her. Like, exactly the same thing. So, fuck this level. And fuck my skills right now, because they are not performing like they should. Yeah, you know, if I play my cards right, I might be able to get the capture card stuff, and gaming on a CRT on the real hardware, no more emulation, the promised land. We'll probably be able to get there here pretty soon if I play my cards right, maybe even within a week, because I'm pretty sure I can just go pick up an Elgato from Best Buy like tomorrow if I really wanted to. Although I shouldn't. Should save up for it a little more. Be responsible here. But the thing I also need right now is a RCA splitter, a composite splitter, so that I can split my my signal from the game console to the TV, and then also to the capture card. If Best Buy has one of those on hand, I don't think they do. It's kind of an older component. Like maybe if it was a Radio Shack that they would have it. But I don't know if I can just go out in today's climate and just go buy a splitter right now. might have to get it shipped. But it can happen pretty quick here, and once that happens, I'll be able to stop complaining about having to use an Xbox controller when I'm playing Nintendo, because there is problems with that. There is definitely a detriment to the skill. I feel a little bit sluggish on this damn controller. Hopefully I get to stop complaining about that soon. But anyway, I'm going to cut this off here, and we'll see you, well, I will see you. Let's not do the royal we. I will see you in the next video, probably the end of this game. I'll probably be able to finish the rest of it in one more hour and a half chunk, probably. We'll see how it goes. All right, until then.